1920 Rotary year. So tonight is sort of some festivities in initiating our board and sharing what we've done and what we will do. So Ray, welcome. We have Stacy, David, Will, Alicia, Robin, and I. So we have a little bit of a crew on, and we are waiting for some other people. Okay. So welcome everybody. I'm glad to see you here as we start our new Rotary year, and being thankful and sad that this is my last Rotary year as president for the E-Club. My third year. I think I've almost caught up with Robin. I think Robin did 5 years or so. So I'm happy with 3. In fact, after this, I have to go and gray my hair a little bit more for this year. But it's been a great year. Last year we did some great things, and hopefully this year will be bigger and better with membership and people participating and all that. So that will be really great. So I know we had an agenda. We're waiting for a few people. So we'll give it a couple minutes before we initiate everybody and to get that going. So let's sort of start, let's kind of go through, maybe have some committee reports, what's been going on. And then we are going to have our Rotarian of the Year ceremony. So we can do that and get those things taken out before we get our new board and go on with what's going to be happening for this coming year. So Robin, let's open it up. I always give it to you first with our committee reports. And I know you just sent out some things with June and so forth. So you want to let us know in our last month of the Rotary year, what was happening and attendance and so forth. And we'll go down the list.
Okay, briefly, attendance has been entered and posted. We had about 81% attendance. 5 members didn't report, the same 5. Our high school scholarship recipient in Dominica has graduated, and there's been a picture posted on our Facebook page and online showing the young lady with her cap and gown and the current and past president of the Rotary Club of Portsmouth. I've talked with Ray about the competition board and adding Alicia and Stacy as directors and officers, and Ray has made a proposal in the board meeting, so we need you to vote on that. I had a very interesting and productive meeting with Stacy and Will and Alicia yesterday in Sarasota. And it was kind of a handover meeting too, because I brought a couple of boxes of stuff for Will, new member packs, cards, banners. I brought the big club banner and stand, so he's got that as well. And the bell that we were presented by Peter Vaca from a club that went out of business. And we walked through some of the posting issues on Club Express, and now it's a question of follow-up and going forward, looking at Stacy and what she has done. She has set up 2 meetings already and not dropped any clangers. And Alicia's enthusiasm going forward, I think we're going to be in good hands this year, next year, and the year after. So that was it. Linda has posted a bank account. Ray might like to comment on that a little bit. We did well on the year from a budgetary point of view, and our bank account is sitting at about $10,000 or $11,000, which is back to a good comfort level. So I think that's as much as I have, unless anybody has a question. I'll pass it back to Ray.
Okay, Ray.
Yeah, I really have nothing to add. Linda's been great. As you know, we're in the process of moving from Melbourne up to the Jacksonville area, and it's been very hectic. So Linda, in effect, has taken over the treasurer job since early spring, and has done a great job, and I expect that that will continue. The only question I have is who is the new member with the beard? I don't recognize him.
I don't either.
Okay.
I don't know who that. We used to have somebody called David Kroner, who's really a
It
Rotary statesman.
bears a resemblance, but I don't know. Yeah.
And it could be his brother or cousin. Because I didn't hear from David Kroner coming back from the Rotary convention, so I'm not sure if this guy plugged him along the way in the Rhine or something, and then grew a beard and is the fugitive. So I'm not sure what's going on, because I really haven't heard anything. David always lets me know he's back in town. So this could be some fugitive of justice trying to hide out in a Rotary Zoom club meeting. He has nothing to say. So we'll have to send the Rotary police out there, that or Interpol. Okay. Well, you're always welcome in our Rotary meetings, whoever you are. So thank you. Okay. Well, Ray, thanks so much. And again, it's so great to have Linda on board and taking over the helm, and and following your tutelage. You and Robin done a great job over the past many years, really keeping the club afloat and going and sane and everything. So it's so great to see new members stepping up and carrying on the torch, so to speak. So I'm really glad to see this in this coming year. So I think it's going to be really great. It's been really good going forward. I mean, we've had a couple of blips here and there. I know Robin, David, myself, Ray, about membership and what we're going to do and this and that. But I think it's really turning around this year. So, and I know with Will handling the membership slot, I think it's really great. And Alicia's help. So I know you're not even getting a pat on the back, Will. It's a pat on the arm, which is, I think, just as good. So again, thank you, everybody. And again, Robin, thank you again. I know, we can't say enough, keeping everything aflow and the Zoom meetings and taking all your time to put everything up there each week. It's been really great. So thank you from all of us for continuing to do that and being such a really great Rotarian and keeping the E-Club up there. So I just want to thank you guys for this past year.
A few words about membership, if you would like.
Sure. Yeah.
I actually got in touch with Rebecca Stewart, our pending and proposed transfer member, and talked with her briefly. We still need to see a bio from her and a headshot. I asked her if she had sent that. She wasn't sure, so she was going to go back to her office and check. And again, we just talked very briefly. She asked me, "Is this my fireside chat?" I said, "No, that's going to be much more extensive than this." But once we've gotten the headshot to bio, and I'll stay on top of that, then we will try to fast track her proposal, because I don't know of anything that would stand in the way at this point. She's been a past president and been in Rotary before, so we'll keep on top of that. I'm open to ideas on how to engage those 5 or so members who are not otherwise engaged, and I'll be talking with others, including our regional membership chair and our district membership chair, about that, as well as some ideas that I got on the last North American Zoom teleconference on engagement and members. So that's really where we are on that. I think our biggest challenge is to engage those people. And I think one way to do that is to have some really interesting speakers. And I have a couple in mind. It would be very easy for us to have like a 10 to 15 minute talk on one aspect of Rotary, like Rotary action groups, of which most Rotarians are totally unfamiliar, or Rotary fellowships, again, of which many folks are totally unfamiliar. So they're real easy little programs, but very informative and help folks get a bigger picture of what membership in Rotary is all about. So that's one idea. I also have two speakers that I know personally. One is a Dr. Helen Roundtree, who is probably the world's expert on what happened to the East Coast North American Indians. And she's one of my high school classmates. Very interesting lady. And also, I think I mentioned Dr. Ann Weaver, who's one of the leading dolphin researchers who lives just not far away. So I'm in the process of trying to work up some things with some high-level speakers, and several months down the road with enough promotion to let folks know that, hey, there's some really interesting things coming up in addition to all the Rotary stuff. So in terms of encouraging engagement and membership action, there's some of the things that I'm thinking of. Let me also say that of course, Andy, as Rotary Club president, is an ad hoc member of the membership committee. And I would also say that every person in the club is a member of the committee. So that's how I'm approaching that. Okay, so that's really what we've got on membership right now.
And Will, thank you for that, and thanks for picking that up from Robin and everybody, and also I want to give a shout out to Ashley for starting that bio and who are you thing, which I think is going to be really great. I know I saw your thing, Will, that you sent that in already. So everybody send in your bios and your pictures, and we'll have that featured, a different week. I think that's a great way for new members to see who we are, number one, and number two, people cruising the club or coming in and browsing the club could see, the highlights of who we are. And maybe we could keep those then in some kind of a file, again, maybe with membership, the bio and so forth. Maybe you could click it on and it could have that picture and the information about that person, a little bit more expanded than just the, the web, information we have through Rotary. So maybe, I don't know if that's an IT thing or whatever, but I think that would be really great.
I think it's a great idea. And I had no idea that Ray was such a high-level legal potentate.
Oh, yeah. He's a scholar. He really is. And Will, the other thing, I have some great, just to let you know, I have some great contacts still from John Smarge and some people to contact. And he said, if you want anything, and again, John too, but he always said, feel free to send him an email, and he would do that. By the way, Well, what is John doing now that he's not the, sort of representative to past President Barry? Is he doing other things, I would assume?
I would assume, Andy, I don't really know.
Okay.
I wasn't at the, I guess the immediate past leadership institute. Right. So I really don't know. I'm sure he was there and, engaged as usual, but no, I don't know the answer to that. He would certainly have some good stories about what it would be the president's aide.
Yeah, and we could get him back again. He said he would definitely come back again.
That would be a good.
And also, Will, if you want to work with me and Robin, because Robin even has the better contacts because he saved them all. But those North American E-Club meetings that we have every quarter, this could be a great way if you want to give him the information with the speaker on the Dolphins and whatever. That could be, maybe we could put in an extra meeting with those North America meetings and have a speaker like that come on and talk to, we usually get 10, 15 clubs all around the world, including Canada 1 and so forth, and Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and whatever, come on. I think that's a great way. And if we kind of host one or do that, I think that's a feather in our cap. And I think we can get a lot more of what we're doing out there from what we do, being on their coattails, so to speak.
I'd agree, and I think it would not be inappropriate to invite our governor and our 8 assistant governors to join such a talk as well.
I think that would be great.
7 club presidents might be a little much, but I think all the assistant governors could be.
And will maybe from you, because it's a PDG, you know, I mean, you know, I mean, I know Alan as president, but I know you know a lot of the people. So maybe coming from you and from membership and so forth, that might be really good. I think since we're in the virtual world, this could be a great way to get people, you know, that would be our niche marketing in a sense. These are the things you're not really going to get on the ground. And since we can come up with some of these great speakers all around the world, we can't literally go to an on-ground meeting in Wellington or Sarasota or Pensacola, but they can be up in the web, you know, anytime for a meeting. That's the way that we're going to attract Rotarians around the world. I guarantee it. So I think that's, I think, how we should sort of think about our niche marketing, maybe go a little bit in that direction. And that also, I think, could be great for letting people know about Rotary, who we are, and maybe, you know, joining. So that could be something we think about as we as our goal for this next year, maybe membership wise. So that would be good. And again, the same adage too. How do we get young members? As we've talked about, females, young members. I mean, we're lucky to have Alicia, who's young and female. So that's great. So. Yep. So but you know, keeping that up. I know we have Ashley and 1 or 2 people, but I think that would be great. And I know that's a big thing that they have in that in the citation. I mean, young people, females, and all that, believe it or not. So something I think we have to think about and go out and get and keep. So retention is so important. But thank you so much, Will, for that. I appreciate it. So. We'll give. I don't know if Alan's coming on. Alan Collins, our new governor. But before we do, let's backtrack a minute. And I don't know if this person knows it. Thank God they're on the call tonight. But in one of our meetings recently, and I know we've done this now the last couple of years. We always look to our club, look to our members, and look to pick a person who exemplifies what it is to be a Rotarian, okay? What they've done for the club each year, their community, the world, for everybody else. And we confer, we put on our brains. I know Ray puts on his scholarly brain too. What doesn't put it on is there. And so we've talked, we've conferred, we've searched the world and the club, and we've come up with our Rotarian of the Year for 2019. And that person is in the room. So I don't know if oh no, I see a lot of people. No, I thought it was David Croner. I mean, you know, but he can't get it because we don't know who this person is. So forget about him, okay? And he's gotten it before. So I don't know if past District Governor Will has a little something, but it's as your president, President Andy, and the board of directors for the Rotary Club of Southeast USA and our members, I would like to have the honor of throwing it over to TV Land and past District Governor Will Miller to confer a pin on the incredible Rotarian for this year, Alicia Miller. Let's hear it for Alicia. Yay.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Hopefully she didn't know this. Was this a surprise, I hope?
No, it was a tremendous.
It was a surprise when I got it. And
oh, great. Okay, so
and the gorgeous,
wow,
gorgeous,
that is beautiful.
It is really, really.
I don't think I've ever gotten a plaque that pretty. You probably even have well. Wow,
it's beautiful.
I don't know who do. I think Robin had something to do with that. I don't know.
I think so.
Very.
I think so too. Robin gets it done like overnight. I don't know how he does it. He knows those people in the plaque business.
He has the connections.
I should have gotten a picture of the look on her face, but
did you take a picture?
I didn't. I missed the picture, but she can recreate the look at any moment. And
okay.
and it was a triple treat because her father is a former Rotarian. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Let me shut up.
I was going to say
Biggest fan, the biggest fan.
but it's been a journey for the past 6.5 years for me. I was very involved in the Boy Scouts of America up in Northwest Ohio in a very high leadership role. And to be able to find my place down here, be a part of something that's so much more than me, and share it with others, especially being married to one. Like Will said, my father was a Rotarian, and he even keeps a cog key, one of the
Rotary keys
in his wallet, and it's now I'm going to go speechless. It's just it's an incredible honor, and I'm just doing what I love to do. The work that I've done, I know Will has done a lot of the communication part, but I sit back and I watch him, and I integrate that with what I've already done as a leader, and I'm blown away. I'm extremely appreciative. I'm happy that I'm involved in such a great organization and with such a great club.
Well, I'm glad. I think this meeting is taped, so I'm glad we have that, because I tell you, that was wonderful. Alicia, thank you so much. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, not only for what we do for so many people around the world, from polio and fresh water and the grants and everything, but what you have done and how you communicate it. That's what is being Rotarian, and that's what gives me goosebumps, being part of the club, and I think all of us, to be able to give this to you. It's very well deserved. So thank you. It wasn't that long ago that I remember when you came to the first meeting. I think it's a little over a year now. So time goes when you're having fun. So again, you guys have been a big part of the club, and I think we'll talk about in a minute the citation, but I really have to say, at least as far as I'm concerned, I think without you two guys really taking the helm on that, we would not have gotten it. So I think I know all of us on this call tonight really certainly had something to do with it, but you really too ran the lead and was very helpful. So thank you so much for that. So do we have pictures? Did you take pictures yesterday for that? If not, Will, maybe you can get a couple pictures and send them to Robin. We'll put them up on the website.
Yeah, we took a picture in Sarasota yesterday. That's posted in the meeting and on the Facebook page. And if you have some more, that's great. Send them along.
Yeah, a couple more, that would be awesome.
Sure.
And again, just maybe, Alicia, maybe put a little words, maybe just a little narrative, just in a couple sentence, kind of what it means to you. Because I think if people could see that, what you said, a picture's worth 1,000 words. But I think if people could see what you're feeling, what you did, maybe we could have other people step up and see it's not that difficult, spending a little time, a little energy for what you have in your heart doing for other people. I think maybe we'll get more than that. So thanks so much for that, but put those pictures up and whatever, and I think that would be really, really helpful. So that's great. So Will, before we get to, since it doesn't look like Alan's on, before we get to our initiation of officers and so forth, two things. Let's first throw it over to you and Alicia and talk about the citation. I don't think it's official yet, but as far as I think that we're going to get it, just depends what level and so forth. So could you tell us all on the call tonight, and obviously this is taped, so tell our fellow Rotarians who'll be looking at this, how we made sort of the impossible, the possible, and how we can keep this up every year. It's not that difficult, and what everybody needs to do. So maybe just go over it a little bit as if people are looking at this tonight and what they can do next year, because I want different people to really get involved and do what you guys did and everybody else on this call tonight. I want other people who have really not been a part of this to take control and a leadership role and to get it done, and let us kind of like sit back for the second year and still get the same thing or maybe even better. So I'll throw it over to you guys.
Okay, go ahead.
First, I want to say, it's not impossible. It's pretty straightforward, and it's just a matter of doing it, and it's a natural part of being a Rotarian, part of it. And once you understand what the groundwork is, you build on it very easily.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Okay. Well, there are several things that are totally within the club's control on the presidential citation. In fact, most of the things, fate can step in. If we had lost one female member, all our other work would have been for naught, because, you have to grow by one female member as part of this particular citation. And the citations requirements change from year to year. So on this one, there were really three major areas: support and strengthen clubs, focus and increase humanitarian service, and enhance public image and awareness. Just those three areas. However, within those three areas, support and strengthen clubs, achieve a net gain of one member. We gained 5, which is great.
Awesome.
Achieved a net gain in female members. We gained 1, and have at least
we gained more, but
we gained more than 1, but
yeah.
but 1 for sure. And have at least 60% of club members report their birth dates. Well, that's really a piece of cake. And
we had 98% report their birthdays.
Yeah. And that's important because, Rotary keeps track of demographics and for a whole bunch of reasons. It's almost like a census, Then under focus and increase humanitarian service, we had contribute at least $100 per capita, and we achieved that. We were well within that. Increase the number of members involved in service projects. We accomplished that. And conduct a significant local or international service project in one of Rotary's 6 areas of focus. First, we had the Dominica computer room project. That certainly qualified. We had the Cover Tampa Bay Initiative disaster work. That was that
Which
came
we're
later.
Involved in.
We were involved in Rise Above Hunger, the Jim West Foundation, support the Palm Beach County Sheriff's, Rotary Tree of Remembrance, and Park Run Community Service. So the key that I found out, and it really wasn't, it wasn't intuitively obvious to the casual observer, but the wording says, conduct a significant local or international project. The word significant, it doesn't become significant until you enter it into Rotary Showcase. And in all the guidance, buried down in there is, hey, you want this stuff to mean anything, you've got to enter it into Showcase. You can enter it everywhere else in Rotary.
And oh my gosh, he did.
And I did, more than once. And it didn't seem to make any difference. And that was very frustrating until, you read the fine print and it says, hey, Rotary Showcase. Okay. And then, Andy, you given me the authorization to get in and do that. And that allowed us to really break the code. And then we were really off and rocking there. Okay. So then you go to the final area, enhance public image and awareness. And with Robin's help and others, we used the Rotary brand guidelines. We established a partnership with a corporate, governmental, or non-governmental entity to work on the project, and that was Recover Pinellas that both Alicia and I work on, and sponsor a youth exchange or RILA, which in our case is S4TL, and we did both of those. So we met all of that. But wait, there's more. You've got a set of Ginsu knives coming up, and that was the citation with distinction. So we figured, well, gosh, we achieved a net gain of 5 or more members. So that gave us at least lead.
No, it gave us silver.
Silver. And then we show how your club's members are people of action by promoting your club and its service activities on social media. Well, Robin's been doing that all along, so we got that. Well, gosh, that catapulted us into gold additional recognition.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, finally. and when I saw this, I said, oh, my God, we've gotten platinum. Initiate or continue a leadership for personal professional development program to enhance member skills. And that's the encouragement of people to go to RLI and many other areas. And by the way, Alicia's signed up for RLI next month, RLI 2. She's going to have all 3 RLIs by the time she's finished, I'm sure. So suddenly we're have achieved the presidential citation with platinum distinction. And that's a done deal by virtue of this sheet that shows every area checked off in green. So
there you go.
It's a done deal, Andy. We're there.
I thought we were getting gold. I don't know. Now you sound like Motown, platinum records.
Platinum, man. You got
whatever.
You're going platinum.
We're big city now.
We're going.
Now we just have to figure out where in the world is David Kroner.
That's right. Who's spirited him away?
Who's that guy over there?
Yeah. Now I will say that we did get some mileage out of this presidential citation for this coming year, and I think this can be, as you and I have talked, Andy, can be a real big draw. And I think it's also going to blow away a lot of people who have not considered what a powerful entity this e-club is.
Well, Will, we talked about it. You told me, I don't know what percentage when you were governor of clubs get it. I know, not that many. I don't know how many get platinum. I can't think that many either. And I don't know how many will have gotten it this year. That's what, and I know we'll find out when Governor Allen gets, when we have our governor's meeting call.
It was about 55% during my governor year.
Yeah,
and 55 to 60%.
Right.
But then the distinction levels, particularly platinum, are new. So that's an additional bar to meet.
I just think that's just incredible. Yeah. So we need to market that. And again, Will, maybe just a thought when we're doing membership and bring people on, maybe say, hey, did you know that we are a platinum Rotary International, presidential citation winner? You know what that is? And one of the things, as you're coming into the club, we want you to take on one of those responsibilities after you get the feel of the club and, obviously whatever trial period,
right,
sort of, their initiation. But after that, I think we need to put people, maybe in the areas not of so much difficulty for the newer members, but where they could help. Again, I would like to see this go sort of like clockwork in the years to come, where
right,
you just kind of put it into the system. We have it, and just whatever. And again, Will, I can't thank you enough. And again, for myself, and I'm sure speaking Robin, and we were amiss a lot of the stuff that we had that we didn't put in before. I think both of us were either were a little lazy or maybe just didn't know how to do it, or a little of both. So maybe it's a little lazy. Robin maybe didn't know all the things. So, but I think for you to find all that information and to get it in there and whatever, it just was so incredible. And we'll have it moving forward. I know Robin has his hand up.
Yeah, well done, Will. That took a lot of perseverance. And
yeah,
for that kind of thing, that's tough. Well done. I was just wondering, when do they issue the current year's requirements? How quickly do they get that out so that we can be sure we have appropriate projects for next year, apart from the membership and the foundation and those things?
Right. It actually ends 30 June. The qualification time period ends 30 June. 15 July was the drop dead date for making any changes, getting anything in. But they changed the rules so that whereas it used to end in April, now it ends at the end of the Rotary year.
But it is the sooner the better, of course, because as we found out, most of the members that look through this stuff, peruse it, and whatnot, from Hamburg. So it was a waiting till the right people got back to look at the right information.
Oh, that's the people at RI
Yeah,
who were away that we could have contacted to get some assistance.
Yeah.
They were all at the international convention, of course, which is in June, and so wait until June to get this stuff in. You're not going to have anybody at RI to be able to help you much.
But when is it?
You could get authorization from Andy to be able to put in goals for this coming year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
we
there,
had to do that twice.
is there an issue date for the requirements for 1920 citation? When will they issue the requirements?
I did, David.
David?
It's up already. I'll send it to you, Robin. Robin, it's already up. I'll send you a copy. Can you hear me, or is it getting?
Yeah.
Is this falling apart? My speech.
It fell apart a little bit, but.
Yeah, if you can send a copy to me, David, I can get it to everybody else. Okay.
Good.
And that would be great. Maybe we can have David, if you want to spend some time on maybe the next meeting. I don't know if you want to talk about what happened at the convention. Even for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, that would be great. I see a thumbs up. We would love to hear about it. I know you were there and took some other great trips. So I think maybe our next meeting, either, maybe beginning of August or whatever, we can, when we have our next Zoom meeting. Dave, if you want to come on for a few minutes and put something together, I know you have pictures and whatever, I think that would be awesome. So think about it if you want to do it. If that was a thumbs up, we would love that. Okay, how's that sound? Wouldn't that be great? David's going to give a recap of Rotary International Convention in Hamburg. So that will be incredible. That will be great. Awesome. So again, Alicia, Will, thanks again. Congratulations. Thanks for your leadership on this. I think, again, it was incredible. I think this is maybe the second club I've been involved with that has gotten the citation. David, we got it years ago in Bal Harbour, didn't we? At one point, do you remember?
Don't recollect.
Okay. So again, I just think it's the perseverance and everybody doing something. So that will be great. And when we get that, if they have some kind of image, Will and Alicia, maybe we can put it up on our home page, which would be awesome. I think when people come and see that, wow, that would be great. And another thing to maybe think about for this year, and Alicia, for your year and in the next year, I know we used to be 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club, and what we could maybe do to get that back again. I know we have some members who really don't have the wherewithal maybe to do that right now, but I think with points and everything that we could get, maybe for them reaching different milestones of service and what they can do even for, let's say, the next citation and other, maybe working on grants and things like that. I think that would be a great thing, again, to be that 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club, which we only have, I think, only a few members who are not there, and maybe a few of our new members. So I think that would be great too, because I remember when I came on several years ago, Robin told me one of the first things that everybody is a Paul Harris Fellow. And I think that's something that would be an incredible thing for our club or E-Club or any club to have, and something where you could put again on the banner that you're 100% Paul Harris, Fellow club. And then, of course, we have benefactors and standing members and all that and so forth. And one last thing on that, since doing my blurb here, but also what we can do more, the big thing also, what we can do more as a club, working and giving, and knowing how to give to the foundation. I think that's always, foundation is always a mystery word, a bad word, giving foundation, where it goes and whatever. Now, you go through RLI, you learn a lot of that, but we have a lot of members who aren't there. When we talk about giving to the foundation, which is an important part, also for the citation and everything else, I think we need to get a little bit more ahead of that with some of our membership, and you know, how to do that and what we can do for that. And I'm sure Alicia is going to have some ideas moving forward, and will too. And Robin has his hand up.
Yeah, just to clarify, we are 100% Paul Harris Club. That's
We are? Okay.
Yeah, that's a once in a lifetime shot. You only get it once, and we got that under Susan Nielsen's presidency.
So I stand corrected. That never changes once you reach it.
It never goes away once you get it.
Okay, well that's good. So I stand corrected. But still, I would think those people even coming in, I suppose I misspoke there. We are it, and I didn't know it's forever. But I think it would be great, those people coming in, and maybe, and I know a few members, and we do also, who I think would love to be Paul Harris fellow members, but certainly don't have the money. But they could get there with points in other ways. So maybe some things we can think about, you know, how to work with those people. So even though we technically are 100% there, technically, but in the spirit of everything, how do we get everybody to really be there? So just a thought, I think it would be great. And those are banners that we can have and show and put on our cards, because we have a great e-card that Robin and the club made years ago. But I think some of those little banners or marketing things that have 100% Paul Harris Fellows, Rotary International Citation, Presidential Citation. Wow, you give that to somebody, they're going to go, wow. It could be on maybe one side of the card, maybe some of our awards and so forth. They look at that. Where do you get that? I mean, you see that, you give a card and who you are, your Rotary Club and so forth, and maybe what position you have, but they don't see what you've done. And then they want to be a part of that, because that's how I would feel. And to be an E-Club doing that, wow. I mean, who knew? So I think maybe it's just something maybe we can work on or toward moving forward, and so forth. So that's just a couple of things there with that. Robin, for our incoming president-elect, do we, we're waiting to get that, the vote on that, and so forth? We're talking about incoming president-elect Alicia Miller. Do we have to, we're waiting on the vote for that. Anything else we need to do with that?
Yeah, yeah, we need a vote by the board.
Okay. Okay, David, you had a hand?
But it's really a formality at this stage. I think we can go ahead with the.
I think we have a quorum here tonight anyhow. So I think we have a quorum. So can I move to nominate Alicia Miller for president, president nominee or president-elect for the Rotary 2020-2021?
I'll second that.
Okay.
Andy,
Ayes.
Andy,
Yes.
I already made the motion. We just simply need to vote.
Ray?
Right. I made the motion on the board meeting.
Right.
All
Okay.
we need to do is say yes. I think
Okay,
Rob,
so we'll let that play through. Okay, so I'm hearing from our legal mind, that we will let it just play through with the vote. Okay, but anyhow, I think we could say pretty much welcome aboard President-elect Alicia. So as we go through the year, and I get older and more gray hairs, so I'm sure we'll be able to turn it over to you. And well, no, I know, yeah, but I color it, you don't, and you look great. So whatever. I'm gonna go to the salon probably tomorrow. Robin.
Very distinguished, Andy.
No, David's distinguished. Robin.
Yeah. Stacy is also coming in as secretary and
Right.
being voted on the board. Okay,
Right.
that's included. Yeah.
I've already voted in response to Ray's motion.
Okay, so we'll get that. We'll move that through, and then Robin, we get all those votes. Robin obviously will announce that, and then we'll have that for the record. Ray, is there anything else with bylaws, anything that we forgot or want to
No,
cover?
I told Robin, there are a few things we need to update with bylaws, but it's not urgent. I think it can wait.
I don't know if we lost Ray.
One of the items is the fact that in one part of the bylaws we refer to the immediate electing the immediate past president as an officer of the board. In another section, we talk about the vice president. I think we've always thought of them as the same, but there's that inconsistency. So we need to clean that up at some point.
The president will be vice president.
Oh, okay.
So Andy will be.
People this year. He was secretary, director, vice president, and so he's really 3 people. Now, with his resignation as secretary, he's only 2 people.
Okay.
Yeah, Andy, I have several recommendations for some minor, although a couple significant changes to the bylaws. But I can put those in writing and get those out to everybody, so everybody's looking at them. We all ought to be looking at the same pages.
Yeah, I agree.
And everybody ought to have a copy in hand if we're going to discuss this, which we probably don't have. So I can do that. Some things related to associate members and a couple of highlights and a thing about voting by video teleconference, having video teleconference in there as an option on some things. So, and finance is a budget prepared in February so that the president-elect has that budget in hand for PETS 1 and PETS 2. PETS 1 in February, PETS 2 in March. So anyway, I'll put that together and get that out to the board members so that they can look at those proposed bylaw changes. Okay.
Okay. And I move that we table that to our August meeting, and then obviously get all that to Robin and Ray, and they can, and myself, we can look it over, and then we can go over a line item on veto, and just go over everything and discuss it then. That would be great. We have to vote on anything. We could do that. So I think will be awesome. But thanks again for working on that. That will be good. Anything else with any of those things? Okay. So I know we have a few minutes. So Will, I'm going to get my little glass here, so if you just want to, sort of do the oath, we have our board, we have, some of our people here tonight, so we can, you just want to lead us on that, we can say I do, and we can get us sworn in for the Rotary year.
Okay, just one moment.
Okay. He's going to put on his past district governor.
Yeah, he is exactly right.
Probably has it too. There it is.
He does.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh wow! Yes, we have his jacket. We're good to go.
He's dapper.
I mean, we're official now.
She said, "Why are you getting your jacket fixed up?" I said, "Look, if I'm be swearing people in, I said I got to look like I'm like I've got the authority to do so."
Well, you do it. I tell you, and it fits great. Will, wow. I would have been busting the seams on mine.
Where did you put
Right here. There we go.
Oh.
Okay.
Gravity.
Okay.
All right.
I got my little.
I'm going to first swear in Andy as club president, and then I will swear in the board members collectively. Okay.
Okay.
So, Andy, you've been nominated and elected by the members of the Rotary Club, Rotary E Club of the Southeast USA and Caribbean as president for the Rotary year 2019-2020. Your election shows your club's confidence in you and your leadership abilities. They believe that you possess those qualities of mind and spirit that enable you to foster the ideals of Rotary in both your business and your personal life. With this in mind, I now ask you to repeat after me your oath of office. I state your name.
I, Andrew Bernstein,
Do solemnly pledge
do solemnly pledge
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President
the office of President
of the Rotary E Club of the Southeast USA and Caribbean.
of the Rotary E Club of the Southeast USA and the Caribbean. I was going to say the United States of America, but
I know. It's so easy
sorry.
to go. So
Thought I
easy
could do a
to go.
better job. I don't know.
And that I will, to the best of my ability,
And I will, to the best of my ability,
support the district governor,
support the district governor,
the Rotary Foundation,
the Rotary Foundation,
and Rotary International,
and Rotary International,
and the Constitution and bylaws of this club.
and the Constitution and bylaws of this club.
Okay.
Okay.
The power vested in me as past district governor, I say congratulations on taking the helm for another third year. You have a
And
great
final
team
year.
to help you use them and have a great Rotary year.
Here, here.
All right. Now, if all the board members will stand or
Yeah,
remain
right.
seated.
Okay. I don't see too many standing.
No,
Yeah.
that's all right.
That's
Officer,
because you can't see me.
that's okay. You can.
We know you're there.
We know you're there. Officers and directors, you have been elected to very important positions in the administration of the Rotary E Club of the Southeast USA and Caribbean. This shows the esteem and confidence that your fellow club members have placed in all of you. They also believe that you will uphold the high standards of your club and trust you to execute the responsibilities of your office in the best interest of the club and to further the object of Rotary in the 21st century. Please repeat after me your oath of office. I state your name. I, Will Miller,
See here, sir.
do solemnly pledge
Do solemnly pledge
that I will fulfill the duties of my office
that I fulfill the duties of my office
in the Rotary Club
in the
E
Rotary
Club
Club
of the Southeast USA and Caribbean
of the Southeast USA and Caribbean,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and that I will support President Andy
and I will support President Andy
and will abide by our club's constitution and bylaws.
and will abide by our club's constitution and bylaws.
All right, by the powers vested in me as past district governor, I present the new president, officers, and directors of the Rotary E Club of the Southeast USA and Caribbean. Please stand if you desire and give them all a hand.
Whoop, whoop.
And here's a Guinness
Buddy.
for Robin.
This is a great group.
This is
Robin's taking it all out for a Guinness right now.
Yes, right. It was my honor and pleasure to do that, Andy.
Oh, it was our honor. That was great. That was awesome. Alan, eat your heart out. No. We'll hear from our governor too, but when I talk to him, I'll just tell him what a great job you did.
Okay,
I'm sure he'll know. So
Yeah.
that's great. Okay, well, welcome everybody and congratulations. Welcome aboard again for a fun-filled Rotary year. I think we have a lot to do, a lot more to do before we turn over the reins to President-elect Alicia next year and get her through pets, which I think she'll enjoy.
looking forward to it.
And then don't forget, Will, you can go as president,
No.
the president
No, I go as a
husband.
spouse. I just go
Oh, yeah,
as
you're right.
a normal spousal unit.
Yeah, that should be great. That should be fun. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm going as a spouse. Okay.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, and then of course you'll be in the governor's club and all that. So that'll be fun. But good. You can think of me when you have the chicken and fish for lunch. Okay. So
I got to share this with you, Andy. At one of the spousal breakout sessions, one old Rotarian actually told mostly women there, so, well, now, you need to, here's what you need to do as a spouse of a district governor. You need to have a nice warm bath prepared for him when he comes home from these club meetings.
There you
Well,
go. I'm set.
that should be interesting for an e-club, but we'll whatever. That'll be good. So that would be good, but you can share more of that. So that would be awesome. So congratulations, everybody. A lot of great things. A couple things to think of this next year. Just going down a few sort of items for new business, but a few things about should we meet in an evening, maybe change it up and during a lunchtime meeting during the week, if people might be interested with that, see how that works out. I know I've been saying, but I know I'm going to do it this time. We'll do a Survey Monkey and try to get some of those things out there. Maybe I can get Stacy to help me with that. And we'll do a Survey Monkey and try to get everybody's input, which I think maybe we're lacking a little bit in the sense of getting the surveys out there. So I think for this year, my final year, we'll try to get, into the mind of some of our membership and find out exactly what they would like. Therefore, they can't say, oh, I can't do an evening meeting, or if you let me know, I could have done an afternoon or something, or lunchtime. So we'll try to give them more choices and see where that goes, or maybe change it up a little bit. At least everybody then gets the opportunity to try to come on, our Zoom meetings. So I think that will be important, getting that. Maybe doing a calendar. I know we talked about that, but maybe having some people assist me doing a calendar where everybody can know when our meetings are, try to get those, a month or 2 or 3 in advance. That way people could see it and we're not just kind of pushing them out 2 weeks before or so forth. So I think that would be good, like you would do in a business or anything like that. And then of course, I like doing my little videos. I think I've heard from several of you that you like them, those little video reviews that I do here and there. So I'll try to do more of that, sort of a note from the President Andy, and try to get those out to people, to our members, what we're doing and so forth, and whatever. Again, trying to keep the interest there, to keep it on. I know we talked about at PETS this last year, thinking like a business. What are we doing for our clients? What are we doing for retention? They're buying something from us, let's say, or they're paying to be a member. What are they getting? What membership value are they getting for their dollar, so to speak? Since we are, in a way, we're a nonprofit, we're a business. And the idea of what we are doing for them, are they getting that value added, for their money? And, I would say yes and no. We're doing a lot of good things. I think we can improve on that. So, again, getting help, we will, Alicia, David, Ray, Stacy, Linda, Ashley, and everybody else. What can we do to improve that? We have some, little difficulties in a sense because we are e-club. We're not a ground club, and it's not like you can be there in person. But we have a lot of other great things that I think people really like, and e-clubs are here to stay. And we've heard about that, and we know that. In fact, Rotary is getting even easier in a sense where, I learned at PETS, and Will, you've heard this too, where meetings now could be once a month, and so forth. What are we doing? They could be virtual. They could be getting people who are not even Rotarians. So they're changing it up. They really want to build on younger people, really get over that quandrum of being 1.2 million members for the last, more than a decade, and really building on that. And I think we can be on the forefront of all that with technology and everything that we do. So I'm working, I didn't mention this to you, but Lynn University has the Rotaract Club. So seeing what we might be able to do, work with them, even though they have a club, I think, but maybe we can do some things. They're working with a Boca Raton Rotary Club, but if there's some things maybe we could do with those students too, with E-Club. So I'm going to work on that. Well, we could talk more about that too. So there are a lot of things we can do. My idea, if you ask me in a couple words, for 2019-20, I think the idea is for not only persistence, retention, but that people are getting the value added for their money. They're coming in, looking to us, again, sort of like something, a value, and that they are getting that and perceiving that in their meetings, what they do, what we do with them, not only on the club level, but with Rotary International. So I think we can achieve that and work on that. I think that would be great. And I think we're going to have a lot of great members who are thrilled and anxious to get on all of our meetings, maybe even wanting more meetings. So I think that's something to think about this next Rotary year. And all I could ask is your continued support and your help in getting there. And I think if we do that, we will, I don't know what Will and Alicia goes beyond the platinum status, whether it's universal or the Zodiac or whatever they're calling it. But I think that's the next thing that they haven't invented, but our e-club will be there. So again, thanks for all you did and all your help. Robin is saying we start on time and we are ending not on time. But again, I want to thank everybody for all your help, what you've done, and to make this my last year a really great one, and just keeping our club vibrant and getting more members and getting everybody challenged and involved. So thanks again, everybody. And for that, I will close the meeting. But before we do that, Alicia, let's start with you, since you are our recipient for our Return of the Year. Let's start with you with the four-way test.
Okay. Is it good? Is it
Okay.
good to all concerned? Will it bring
Excellent.
good?
Will it be beneficial
to all concerned?
Great. Thank you so much. And Will, next time you're going to ring that bell.